Good morning, geometry guys. It is a kind of wacky Wednesday here in my first period class where we are celebrating one of the gruesome twosome of the twins. It's Mackie's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mackie. Happy birthday to you. And if you're needing to give her something, she's needing a money collection to get longer shirts. Okay, so today we are going over the Pythagorean Theorem. And it's converse. Okay, converse means something different other than shoes. Really? Now, this right here, it's a right triangle thing. Some of y'all, how many of y'all have seen this before? 3 people. Awesome. So this is going to be a great day, Tater. Okay. So believe it or not, there's lots of history about Pythagoras. He was actually, I called him a cult leader because he was kind of like a philosopher and people just kind of like followed him around. Back when I first started teaching, that's when the spinning rims came out on cars. I said, he pulled up in his chariot, rims still spinning. Valet looking like he in the game and must be winning. Okay, so, yep, I did that. So, anyways, they actually used this as a measurement. Believe it or not, this was actually how they used to measure the wash away from the Nile River on their land parcels in Egypt. Because, if y'all know the beach, water, it washes away stuff, so they had to use this. And, usually A is the, it's the little part. Okay. And then B is the medium. Okay. And then C is the hypotenuse. Now, the hypotenuse, yeah, is always across from the 90-degree angle. Yeah. The hypotenuse. Yeah. The hippopotamus. Now, there's other ways that we can set this up to find things. That's why I kind of have your notes set up the way they are, okay? Because other than making you say, well, what if you're given this? And what if you're given this? And what if you're... Yeah, so we're not going to do that, all right? So we're just going to kind of look at it and approach each one as needed. All right, so for our examples, okay, so I know some people are like, I can't tell which one goes with which one. So we will do this. All right, so now, if we're looking at this example here, A would kind of be 9. Here's a good thing about this. A and B, you really can't. You can just plug whichever numbers you want to in them as long as it's not the biggest one. All right, and B would be 12, and C we don't know. All right, so we're setting this up. A squared is 9 squared plus 12 squared equals x squared. Okay, so if we plug that in to our calculator, and I told y'all to get a calculator, and then I did not. Oh, there's a Santa Claus. Okay, I did not actually get. Did y'all like that? I mean, this is a high dollar recording thing we got going here. That's why we have like 30 followers. Okay, you can't take me serious right now. I can't take off serious sometimes either. Now. So, all right, memory cleared. That's kind of like most of y'all. So, womp womp. So, 9 squared plus 12 squared. Well, that's a 5. Okay. Please quit making that noise. All right. So, now we have 225. All right, so 225 equals x squared. All right, now, how do you undo a square? What is that? Oh, yeah, everybody's doing, it's like we all learned math sign language at the same time because everybody is making hand motions like this And that's called the square root. Okay. So, good question. How you do that on a calculator? Well, since we set it up like this, we're going to say second, and then the x squared button. And you can type in 225, or you could pull a Jeffries move and hit second and the negative, and it will actually copy and paste that answer in there for you. All right, so x equals 15. All right, so that's what we get. All right, now if we look at this one, our a is x. It's unknown. That's why we have x. All right, b is 12 and then 13. So if we set it up, x squared plus 12 squared equals 13 squared. Okay. So, putting things in. Plug it in. So this is, x squared plus 144 and plus or equals 169. Okay, now so we're going to subtract 144 from both sides. All right, so we get x squared equals, well, I don't know what that is. Well, I don't know, Margot. All right. Does anybody know where the I don't know, Margot quote comes from? What is the floor wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot. All right. Okay, wish somebody knew. All right. So we get 25. You're welcome. And then we take the square root, so x equals 5. All right. Now, some of y'all are like, this seems pretty easy. It should hopefully seem pretty easy. I'm not, why are we doing degrees? Because we're dealing with sides. That's why you're in the corner, because it's always 90 degrees. Now, anyways, as my voice cracks, so a Pythagorean triple. Okay, here's what's bad. Not only did they create this stuff, this is what happens when you don't have internet, you don't have electricity, things like that. You just get bored and do math all the time. So when there's a power outage and there's no internet, no cell service, y'all just, sit at home, just do math all the time. So, yeah, no. So basically, it's a Pythagorean triple if you get all these numbers, if a, b, and c are all whole numbers. They're not decimals, they're not like root 2s or whatever. So these two over here, these will actually be Pythagorean triples because they're all whole numbers. Okay, so we're going to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves and find what this stuff is. So 16 and then x. So 12 squared plus 16 squared equals x squared. All right. So plug it. So clear. 12 squared plus 16 squared. All right. So we get 400 equals x squared. Yes, I know I'm writing at a slant, but I don't care. And then second square root, second answer. So we get 20. All right, since x equals 20, this is a yes. This is, it's a Pythagorean triple. Okay. You won't really have stuff like this on the test. So not a whole lot. And other than find this missing length, is the triangle a Pythagorean triple? Yes, no. Okay, it's not going to be like a whole section of this. That would be redonkulous. Okay. All right. So for this one right here, a is x, B is 10, C is 13. So x squared plus 10 squared equals 13 squared. Man, is there an echo? You hate me? Okay, that's fine. So 10 squared, that's 100, and then 13 squared is 169. Okay, so are you okay? Or are you just repeating what I say? Yeah, that's the guy. All right, so now we're going to have x squared equals 69. So we're going to have to take the square root of this. I have a feeling we're going to get a weird answer. Okay, for some people it might be a decimal. For other people it's going to be something else. So who's making those noises? Math is not that great, guys. I don't know why y'all are always making those weird noises. Okay, all right. So the square root of 69. If we take the square root of 69, most of these calculators are set up in this form where it will leave it as a radical. That's just it. That's the answer. Now, we can actually get a decimal if we use the double arrows, but once we see that it is root 69, we just leave it like this. So this would be a no. No, it's not a Pythagorean triple. You know what is a triple? We have 3 days in a row since someone almost hit traffic cone Carl. Yeah. I know, crazy. People are dodging the large man dressed as a fluorescent traffic cone with a reflective stripe on him. All right, are we good with these two examples? When you talk like that, you sound like Howard Cosell. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. That's the goal. Do you know who Howard Cosell is? Okay.
You showed me him yesterday.
I did show y'all. All right. Yes.
Does it matter what order you put the sides in?
It doesn't really matter because you're adding on the A's and the B's. That was the question. Does the order matter on the A's and the B's? It's just normally A is the shorter one. Okay. As I think I said that previously, but if you missed it. All right. Now, let's see. Are these on the back? Are we already done with the notes? Yeah, we did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. All right. So we're going to continue on with our celebration activities for one of the twins, Miss Mackey, for her birthday. We're all fixing to pelt her with paper balls. So anyways, if you're sitting at home, don't forget, hit like and subscribe to the bell. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.